Bob's Movie Review. Gonna tell us what's true. Bob's Movie Review.
Hello movie lovers, Bob for Bob's Movie Review here. Today, I'm checking out The Last Cabin, available now from The Horror Collective. Big thanks to The Horror Collective for sending over a streaming link for review. Always appreciated. This is a low-budget horror movie done right. I've seen way too many films where directors blame a lack of funds for a lack of effort. But here's the deal. If your movie's bad, money wouldn't have saved it. A terrible idea with a big budget is still a terrible idea. The Last Cabin, though, this one's got a brain and a pulse. Let's get into it. The story follows a location scout working for a small film production company. She's been tasked with finding a cabin for their next shoot, and she's got until the end of the night to do it. The clock is ticking, and conveniently, it's already nighttime. So naturally, the team decides now's the perfect time to drive around in the dark woods looking for the perfect spooky cabin. And wouldn't you know it, they find one. Instead of waiting until morning like any sane person, they knock on the door of a stranger's cabin in the middle of nowhere. At night, unsurprisingly, no one answers. But the door is ajar, so of course, they just walk right in. Because apparently in horror movies, breaking and entering is just called location scouting. Now, I'm not going to lie, this setup is pretty clunky. It's the kind of logic leap that might sprain your brain. But there's good news. It gets better from here. Once inside, the crew is stalked by masked strangers, and while that might sound familiar, the film still pulls off some solid tension. This is a found footage film, and one of the better ones I've seen lately. The camera work is tight and claustrophobic, the sound design ramps up the dread, and the whole thing moves at a brisk pace. Clocking in at just 1 hour and 9 minutes, The Last Cabin doesn't overstay its welcome. It gets in, gets creepy, and gets out. Now, if you're here for over-the-top gore and buckets of blood, this one probably won't whet your appetite or splatter your screen. Most of the violence happens off-camera, which helps stretch the budget and honestly works in the film's favor. Less can be more, especially when you're using tension and atmosphere the way this one does. There are a few jump scares that land and a growing sense of unease and a mood that sticks with you longer than you might expect it. It doesn't reinvent the genre, but it understands it, and that's more than I can say for a lot of so-called indie horror flicks. So The Last Cabin might not be luxurious, but it's a solid little shack of scares. It's creepy, quick, and better crafted than most horror rentals you'll scroll past on Friday night. I give it a 3 out of 5, worth a watch for fans of found footage and no-frills frights. Thanks again to the Horror Collective for the screener. Until next time, this is Bob signing off, and remember, if the door's already open, maybe just don't go in.
I've been wondering Bob's thoughts on the latest blockbuster scenes. Does he say it's all worth seeing? But just some dream. Bob's Movie Review. Gonna tell us what's true. Bob's Movie Review.